meet you. I'm Addis.
Nice to meet you, Addis.
Oh, just have a seat.
Love these pillows.
Oh, I know. I like them too. So just make yourself comfortable.
Alright.
So how are you today?
Very good. You know, it's really cold outside.
Oh yeah,
I hate Texas weather.
Oh yeah, it changes every day. Like, I understand. How are your classes today?
They're pretty easy. I only had 2, ended by 11, so
Oh,
a
that's
lot
really
of free
nice.
time.
Oh yeah. So what did you do during free time?
Just watch TV on the computer.
Yeah.
Typical chill.
That sounds really nice. It sounds really relaxing, yeah. So, basically I just have you here because I have to do an interview for my general social work class, and I'm just going to be asking you basic questions about your major and about your goals and stuff like that. So at any time you want to stop the interview or you want to edit out certain parts that you don't want to be seen, we can definitely do that. We just here to make you comfortable. The only person who's going to see this is my teacher, so you can definitely share as you feel, as you please. And, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes.
No, it's totally fine.
And so yeah, basically we can start whenever you feel most comfortable. So yeah, okay,
You can go.
okay. So you're a student here, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what major are you in?
I'm in social work.
Social work. So why'd you pick that?
It's kind of a long story. Well, my mom, she's not anymore. She was a foster parent, so we dealt with mainly the children aspect of social work, which is what I had in mind, thinking of social work, CPS and adoption agencies, typical what people think of social work. So I was always around that, taking kids to court, playing with them. We always had a lot of foster children with us, so it kind of made me comfortable. And I always looked up to my mom because even though she didn't work or anything, that was her job. And
How many children did she?
Well, she had 6 of her own in addition to foster children. So we would have 9 plus children with us of ages of of all over. So it was really cool growing up, playing with people all the time, stuff like that. So she really inspired me to become a social worker, I guess. But then once I grew older, I kind of always loved helping people.
Yeah.
And whenever I looked into the social work program and things that that it did, everything that it listed and explained, that's what I was. That's how I felt. And I was like, oh, this is so perfect for me. So that's.
So did you do a lot of volunteering where you were helping people like that?
Kind of, but I didn't think of it as volunteering.
Yeah.
I just thought of it as oh, I get to help these people, or oh, I get to work with these people. Mainly it was just in my church, working with people like that. I didn't actually begin to volunteer within the cities or stuff like that until I came to school to where it was a school requirement, and so it kind of helped me to reach out to different populations that I wouldn't normally work with.
Yeah. So where are you from initially?
East Texas. Well, that's where I'm from, but I was born in California, so I've been kind of.
Okay, so you've been traveling around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you been any places with your church or anything?
Yeah. We actually took a mission trip to Honduras in 2011. It was kind of we had 2 choices to either do a medical brigade or a food brigade. So we did the medical brigade because we thought it was more important for the people there to get their shots, get free medication, get free crutches and stuff like that they normally wouldn't have any access to. And we stayed at an orphanage with all these children. And then we would go and work there are different groups that would either work on a new building within the community, or we would play with the children because they weren't exposed to anything outside of the orphanage and stuff like that. So that was really eye-opening because it was so it was not American basically. Even though it's out of the country.
Were you speaking Spanish when you went down there?
Well, I had 3 years of high school Spanish, so I went right after then. So it was really good to practice that. So the kids kind of they were actually happy that you understood a little bit of what they were saying. But I was saying with it being so different, in the showers there was electric cord running through it to make it hot.
Really?
So you would only
That
have.
sounds dangerous.
Yeah, you would only have like maybe 2 minutes of hot water, and then it would turn to cold. But you had to be careful because it would sometimes like electrocute.
Oh,
Not like
goodness.
electrocute you, but kind of like shock you. It was fun.
I think that's a really good way to, like to see like how the other culture lives. You know, it's like I think it makes you really appreciate what you have.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why did you like end up choosing social work? Was it just because like you've had like all this experience with like Honduras and with, like the foster home? Is that
right? A big deal of it was like my home life because I was raised around like foster children and I worked with different people and stuff like that. That kind of like shaped me into going into it, but I really wasn't sure, like for sure, social work. But I knew it was something that I was good at since I already fit like most of the criteria. And I just loved helping people, so I was like, okay, well, I don't see anything else that I'm interested in that will fit me.
Did you have any other options, like coming like applying for colleges?
Not really. That was like, I applied for social work and I got in, so I was like, okay.
Was UT the only school you applied to?
Well, I actually transferred from a smaller junior college into UT, so this is my actually first year at UT.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I like it.
So how's your first year going so far?
It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I had like all these superstitions and all these, things that I thought that it would be, and some of it is true, like the classes are harder, the classes are bigger, it's a bigger campus, all of stuff like that, but I was looking forward to it because the small college that I went to is more like another high school kind of, like it wasn't as hard, and I was ready to like be challenged because I was tired of not being challenged like throughout all high school, and I was just ready for change, so I was very glad that I got accepted here.
So what was like the biggest difference for you?
The location, because I came from 5,000 town people to like I don't even know the population of Austin, but I mean the school is bigger than my town, but I love it. Like the only thing I dislike about Austin is traffic. I hate traffic, and it's made me a very bad driver. Not bad driver, just like bad temper.
Yeah, I can relate to that completely. Yeah. So do you want to like stay here in Austin once you graduate?
Well, I know there's a lot of opportunities here within Austin. I kind of want to work with the homeless population because, I always help them just like out of my own, out of my own thing. My mom makes like these little necessity bags that we give them, and so like there's people that are at the end of a street that have a sign, so we would give them that, or we have cookies that we just give them. We never give them money because I don't feel comfortable doing that. Yeah. But as long as I like know that I'm helping them like eat or brush their teeth or stuff like that, like that's what I'm more comfortable with. So I know Austin is a very good population to work with, especially if I want to work with that. But it also depends, on jobs.
Yeah.
So.
Have you ever volunteered like with the homeless? Because I know there's a homeless centered right downtown.
Right. I'm actually going to. I don't know if you're talking about Front Step.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Well, I'm volunteering there this semester. I haven't started yet. I'm really anxious because I'm not comfortable, but I want to because I want to become comfortable. So I'm really looking forward to doing that.
Okay, so are you volunteering anywhere now? Or?
Well, I have. My orientation is this Friday, so I'm about to start.
Okay, so that's the only place. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there like a lot of homeless people in East Texas or no?
Well, like where I'm from, you don't see a lot of homeless people. They're kind of like more in cities just because I guess it makes the town look bad, if there's like homeless people. Like if there are homeless people, you don't ever see them. You don't know that they are. But I know one of the most populated cities that are homeless is Austin and Waco, especially Waco.
Wow, I did not know that at all.
Yeah. Don't hold me on that. From what I've been told, because like our church worked with Waco too, and Waco has like high percentage.
Okay. So is there anything like specific you want to do, like maybe like a goal or something with like the homeless population or like any population?
Well, I have like a lot of different aspirations. I guess you would say. Like I want to do my own homeless shelter eventually. Maybe either that or just like set up my own thing working. directly with the homeless. I also want to do like a like have a children's home too. I'm not sure how that would work at the same time, but maybe like at different times.
So maybe like a different sector, like a women and children's sector, and then
right.
Okay.
Right, but I also want to like work with like foster care too. But then aside from that, like I want to do like a dog and kind of like rescue. I don't know. I like rescuing and helping people just because. Like, if I see them in need, like, I feel like, what if I was in that situation? I would want someone to feel for me and, like, help me through that, you know. Because you don't ever know someone's circumstance. You don't know what got them there. Like, you could think of all these different scenarios and, like, oh, you're just a bum, blah, blah, blah. But you don't really know, so.
Well, I'm glad social worker is, like, there's people out there like you.
Right.
It sounds like you're, you know, really just have like the goals, like the aspirations, just to, like make a difference. And I feel like you like want to help so many people, and that's like so admirable. So is there? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So is there anything that like maybe like hesitant about the career choices that you want to make?
I kind of feel like maybe like what if I'm not good at what I do, or like what if what I'm doing doesn't affect the population that I want to affect. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, what if it doesn't affect them like I thought it would affect them? Or what if I am a failure? Or I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like, what if it just doesn't work out for me? Or stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I definitely think you'd have to try it first, you know, to find out. So I think definitely, like, that would be my advice, is just to try it out, because I mean, there's probably so many more people that you can impact positively than more than negatively. So, how are we at? We can like do more. Okay, we're just gonna crop this part out. Okay. Let me look at more questions.
Do you want me to pause?
Yeah, can you?
Here, Haley! Yeah. Can I come in for a sec?